focused on this pet. And while we're initiating treatment, the pet's heart stopped. And so we start CPR. She dies. And the client's bawling in the back with us. And so I turn to offer her a hug, and I'm distracted because up over her shoulder is my other technician, Sarah, and she's popping her head around the corner, obviously trying to get my attention. And so I walk over, and Sarah's like, oh, Dr. Bowden, I don't know that you know this, but it is 8:20, and your first appointment was supposed to be 8 a.m., and she's been waiting, and she's livid. She's going to be late to work. She said that if you're going to be disrespectful of her time, she's going to leave. She's going to put it all over Facebook. I said, okay, don't worry. I'll go in right now. What is she here for? She has a new puppy. They need vaccines. So I walk up to the door, and I take a deep breath to compose myself, put on my best award-winning smile. I open that door, and I say, I am so sorry, Mrs. Smith. You have my complete attention. Oh my gosh, who's this cute little puppy you brought in? Where'd he come from? Congratulations on your new family member. Our day progresses from there. In the next room, I had a dog that has chronic allergies. The client was upset because she spends so much money at our practice every year, so I printed off all of her invoices to show to her for the 5th time that year that if she paid for the allergy medication, it'd be a lot less expensive than seeing me all the time. In the next room, we had a dog that had a bum leg. Turns out he blew out his knee, he needed orthopedic surgery, put that on the schedule for next week. Then I had a couple of wellness appointments, thank goodness, because our son is sick. We offer a drop-off appointment, which basically means the small shreds of time I have in between appointments, I'm gonna see your pet. The veterinarian schedule is completely booked. There's no more availability, but your pet is sick. We offer a drop-off appointment, which basically means the time I have in between appointments, I'm going to see your pet and make sure that they get the care that they need. So I pop into the back to assess these animals that weren't on the schedule. One had gotten into the trash. It was vomiting diarrhea all over the house, big mess. Weren't sure if it had a foreign body or maybe it just, had dietary indiscretion. We had a pet with diabetes that we were worried was really ill and might be in a life-threatening condition called diabetic ketoacidosis. And then there was a cat that had been attacked by a dog and it had wounds that needed repair. So I triage all these pets. I give the treatment plans to my technician. I tell her, call the clients, get it approved. I'll be back and talk with you later. So head into my next appointment. So one of my favorite clients, she's a little old lady, lives down at the retirement facility at the end of the road. And she comes in mostly because she just wants someone to talk to. She doesn't have any family in the area anymore. Her husband passed away a couple years ago. And her decrepit, old, ancient, cute cat is her last remaining connection to her husband. And so she really wants Fluffy to just live forever. So after that appointment, I walked into what we call same-day access, meaning an emergent appointment that had to be booked that morning. And there's a pet that can't stand. Went out to go to the bathroom, didn't come back in, owners went out, pet can't stand up. So I'm talking to them about it, and on one end, the female client's like, yes, Dr. Bowden, everything that you say, we're gonna do all of it. We're gonna go to WCU, we're gonna see the neurology specialist, we're gonna do back surgery, whatever it costs, money's no option. And her husband's sitting there like, I don't know what she's smoking, but we're putting the dog down. I have to bring them on the same page and advocate for what's best for that pet. So I leave this and I go into a phone call slot. Phone call slots are for what it sounds like, phone calls. I have lab work I need to call people back on. I have medical records that I need to do. I still need to connect with those clients with those drop-off pets and figure out a plan for them. So I'm sitting down to prepare and do all this work when my receptionist pops her head in. She goes, oh, Dr. Bowden, I'm so glad I caught you. You're not doing anything. Mr. Johansson's up front. He came in for that diet you recommended for his cat about the crystals, but he doesn't really understand how it works. I don't know if you know, but I'm really busy. I have this whole line of people up front that I need to address. So I was just really hoping maybe you could come up and talk to him. And I've said, of course, that's what I'm here for. So I walk up front and talk to Mr. Johansson. And in doing so, know that now I'm not going to have a lunch hour because I was going to sedate that cat and do that. I'm going to have to stay late and make all these phone calls. And guess what time it is? We're only at 11 a.m. It's not even lunch yet. Can you blow my whistle?